Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Jeremy, and today we want to talk about trusting God with the timeline. I want to start out by making a statement to you. A good thing at the wrong time can end up being a bad thing. Let me give you a few examples. What if you were given a large amount of money, but you were young and you didn't have the wisdom or experience on how to steward that money? It's good that you received that gift, but the timing wasn't good. You weren't ready for it, and that large amount of disposable income can destroy your life when you lack discipline. There is a reason that most lottery winners end up broke or worse off than they were before winning all that money. Or, how about this? What if your boss decides he really likes you and decides to promote you because of that? But you aren't actually a good leader and have no idea how to manage a team. Then because of that, you end up getting fired. It was good that you were promoted, but the timing was off. And now it's not so great because you're unemployed. Trusting God's timing is crucial. Abraham's wife Sarah is going to show us this in Genesis chapter 8, verse 9 through 15. Let's read this together. The verse says, "Where is your wife Sarah?" they asked him. "There in the tent," he said. Then one of them said, "I will surely return to you this time next year, and Sarah your wife will have a son." Now Sarah was listening at the entrance of the tent which was behind them. Abraham and Sarah were very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself, and she thought, "After I am worn out, my Lord is old. Will I now have this pleasure?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and say, 'Will I really have a child now that I am old?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, "I did not laugh." But he said, "Yes, you did laugh." God's timing is perfect, and his timing doesn't always align with what would make sense to us. Sarah laughs, and many of us would have laughed and done the exact same thing. She's older now, way past childbearing years. It makes no sense that God would bring this good thing into her life now. But a good thing at the right time becomes a blessing. That's exactly what this is. Don't base God's best for you off your circumstances. The key is in verse 14. He says, "Is anything too hard for the Lord?" If God has promised it, then he will accomplish it. You may ask, but why is God making me wait? Why is this taking so long? I don't know. I wish I could resolve that for you, but it's not my job. I just want to encourage you that he's good and that he's faithful and that in due season, what he has promised will come to pass. You and I aren't the first people to wrestle with these questions. That story we read is thousands of years old. We just need to lean into God in those times and trust in his timing. That cool thing is that God's timing is perfect. Our timing is about expediency and easing personal pain. Our timing is rarely around what's best for the long term. Most will sacrifice the long term to alleviate the short-term pain that we are in. Today, take a moment and pray. And when you pray, tell God that you trust his plan and his timing. Tell him that you are fully surrendered to his will. Thanks for joining us today on the Daily Devo.